Hello and welcome to Morris Park. Today I have another repotting video for you today because I just really have a lot of plants that seriously need it. And today it's going to be my Euphorbia horrida powder blue. This is kind of a different cultivar. It's a really nice cultivar. You can see all kind of the blue look to it and everything. It's really kind of in need of repotting, I can tell, because it's starting to get a little corky. Sometimes when they look this kind of dry look and they don't have a lot of fresh growth, like right here, it does have a lot of fresh growth. It means that they need repotting, and this thing's kind of slowed down, so I know it needs repotting. So today I'm going to be using this. This is a terracotta pot I got in Springfield, Missouri at Wickman Gardens. I think it should work pretty nice. It's nice and wide and spread out, and so it should give it some room. Now, as you see, this plant is kind of, well, you can't even see the soil anymore. See that? And really, there's no worry about dumping it out because it's not going to come out of its pot. With a euphorbia like this, you don't really want to try to force it out of the pot because of the simple fact that you'll injure the plant. It'll be bleeding all over the place. Kind of like you see right here. Right here, there's a spot of this sap. Excuse me, but my voice is going. Anyway, there's a spot of this sap, and that's its defense. That sap is poisonous. So we want to avoid a lot of that. So I don't want to turn this plant upside down and all around and be handling it and everything to where it's going to get sap all over me. So there's only one way out of this. And even though I really like this pot, I'm going to have to get the master key to open this pot. That's it, folks. Yes, I'm going to go drastic. I'm just going to have to pop this thing and break it and do what I got to do. So here we go. I'm going to open this pot up. Hammer, key. There you go. This is about the easiest way to do it. It's a lot less injurious to the plant. You won't get all the bleeding like is happening on this one. In fact, just breaking the pot a little bit was injured just under here. There's a tiny bit, not bad. As you see, it really needs the repotting. So I'm going to loosen this thing up. I'm going to get it into its pot and show you what's going on here. But as you see, this thing's really, really root bound. There's just so much root here, and to tell you the truth, there's quite a bit of this that's probably actually dead because it's been in need of it. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this and get it into this nice pot. I've got my soil mix here, and I won't go all into my soil mix and everything. You see it's got a lot of pumice in it. It's loose. No peat whatsoever. Now, euphorbias aren't really particular like cacti are on the peat so much, but I like to avoid the peat. It's got lava rock, coconut coir, and a new stuff called Beyond Peat that has no peat moss in it, and it seems pretty good if you mix it down. So I'm going to get this together, and then I'll let you see what's up. Excuse me. Okay, now I've got all the soil pretty much away from the roots. The roots look pretty good. I don't think I lost a whole lot. You can see some down here in this old potting mix. There is some, but the roots actually look pretty good. And so I don't think there'll be any problems there. Just a little bit of stuff here, a little bit of top dressing to get rid of. Anyhow, I'm going to get rid of this old soil, and then we'll get it into the new pot. Okay, folks, I've got it in the pot with the soil now. All I have left to do is put the top dressing on, and I'm going to use some crushed lava rock. But I want to show you something, and that is if you look close enough, you can see all the beads of sap coming out of this plant. And that's with just modest handling and trying to be careful, actually. And it is bleeding here and there. And I'll show you what to do about that in a minute. But what I do want to show you too is this. You can see the Euphorbia sap all over my hands. That's the dark patches that have kind of mixed with the dirt and everything. I will not touch my face or anything until I wash this off. This could be a real problem if you get it in your eyes. It'll rub the sweat out of your eyes or something like that. you're going to be in a world of hurt. You don't want to do that. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch any tender skin areas. And I hate to bring this up, but if you go to the restroom or anything like that, please wash your hands actually before you go. Just in case. Just use your imagination. Yeah, things can get bad. Anyway, I'm going to get some top dressing for this plant here. And I'm going to use crushed lava rock. That'll be this right here. But I'm going to crush it down to a much smaller size and get some top dressing. You're probably saying, why do you need top dressing? The plant almost fills the pot by itself. But no, actually there is quite a gap underneath it. I don't want the soil to dry out. So I'm going to crush some of this. And what I do is I take a hammer and crush this stuff up. Now if you're going to do this, please use safety goggles. Do not do this just, willy-nilly and not using any kind of safety precautions. If this gets in your eye, it's going to ruin your day. So go ahead and use some safety goggles. I'm going to get this crushed up and put around this plant, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. Now before I put this in the pot, I just want to show you this after I got it crushed down. As you can see, it's kind of a finer tone now. And this particular lava rock kind of has almost a grayish purpley color along with the red. It's kind of neat. But I'm going to put this around my plant here, my Euphorbia powder blue, horrida powder blue, and get it all fixed up, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I'm also going to wash that sap off the Euphorbia, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, there it is. It's all potted up. Looking good in that pot. Substrate around it. But it's still got all that sap. Well, here's what you do about that. You see that sap just runs off of there. That's all you got to do. And that kind of just stops the sap. There you go. And that should pretty well stop the bleeding. You see it kind of sticks to the pot a little bit. That can be wiped off later. Take a wet cloth and wipe that off later. Be careful. This is a very interesting Euphorbia. I've always loved this one. And I can't find it anywhere on the internet. It's kind of an unusual cultivar. I've had it, well, since 1984, so about 37 years. Bought the LA County Arboretum Cactus and Succulent Show, April of 1984. Anyhow, this is Clyde Morris from Morris Park. I hope you enjoyed this little video. And remember, wash your hands after handling euphorbias. Please wash your hands. Be cautious, be safe, take care.